Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo! Live, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. Yeah. Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's happening, man? It's your boy, Shooter Brown, live and direct. You know what I'm saying? What up, Austin? What's going on with you? Same old, finally got my lighting game together. Finally got my lighting game together. It is a cold night in Joplin, Missouri. I'm at the Joplin 44. And it is hard nipple cold out here. I'm telling you. Man, I'm looking at them flatbedders like, man, I am so glad I don't do that no more. I'm glad I don't do that shit no more. What is going on, man? What y'all got going on today? 2 people in here? Oh, man, share this video. Let them know it's not a fluke. Shooter is live again in the face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in the front now. I got me a $7 light from the Joplin 44. You know, I'm living now. I feel good. You know what I mean? I'm looking good. I'm hanging in there. You know, looking real Miami. Got my little gold chain on. You feel me? Little taco meat. Looking real Miami. You know. Oh man, I'm just hanging in there, man. Trying to do it. What y'all got going on, man? What's going on? Where y'all at? What y'all hauling? What y'all doing? Right now, I am hauling nothing. I'm bobtailing. Yep. I'm that asshole in a whole parking space with a bobtail. Man. Hope they don't talk about me. I hope they don't talk about me. Yo, so. You know what I'm hauling. What up, Slim? Same old, man. What you hauling, big dog? What you hauling? Shit, put it out there in the streets. What you hauling? Tell your business. I got a question, okay? I went live on here because I have a question. All y'all LLC owners, y'all lease operators, whatever you want to call it, y'all hauling sand. Oh, man, y'all out in the oil field, huh? But my question is that for tax purposes, right? Fucking I went to scale my load, right? I went to scale my load, and I just realized that every time I say prime, I think I lose my tax benefit for my own company because I don't use the Com Data card to pay for my scale tickets. I use my own money. So am I supposed to, I say my own company name now. They be like, what company? I'd be like, blank, blank, blank. You know what I'm saying? My company name, you know? Yeah. Glad to catch you live. Yeah, man. I'm glad to have you, bro. You know? Share it. Tell somebody. Put a thumbs up. But yeah, so I've been trying to get my business side together. No, I haven't got a vacuum or a blower yet. Trucker Brown. You know, I don't know. Just trying to get it together, man. I want my business side to be good, you know? I want my business side to be good. I want to start working on my business credit, getting my money right, you know? Pay myself as employee. Oh, what's up, Cody? Shit, what up, bruh? Yeah, you was just on my live on the gram. You and like 4 other people, because my gram don't be popping. I need to get my shit together on the gram. I don't post very much on Instagram, though. I need to get my life together, you know. Damn, ain't nobody in my live tonight on here either. What's wrong? It's 9 o'clock. Y'all still driving? Y'all scared? You scared? Go to church or some shit. But yeah, but nah, I'm trying to get my business side together. You know, I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, man. Just, you know, what to do with my LLC, how I can use it to the best of my ability to make myself some money, but not make myself so much money that the feds come after me. I mean, I don't know. I guess they coming anyway for every business owner. The middle class is disappearing. We're fading away, y'all. You know, we fading away. They about to build this wall. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's a waste of time, because the problem is not the people coming from Mexico. That's the fruit. Here, I'm gonna break it down to you right now. I'm gonna break it down right now. There's two things, okay? You got the fruit and you got the root. A lot of people, you know, who are so mad at, let me adjust this so my business ain't in the street. My truck ain't that clean. But there are people that are mad about this whole thing with the illegal immigrants and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they really don't want to deal with the problem that's causing people to want to come here. Okay, let me take my glasses off. I'm about to keep it 100 with y'all. Okay, you know it's real when I take my glasses off and I turn my head around. You know, matter of fact, Anito gave me some aluminum foil because this is about to be some conspiracy theory shit. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. All right, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm pull a little poof through so they know I ain't bald. But anyway, I'm just joking. But here's what I'm thinking. All right, you got all these people coming across the border, okay, or trying to get to the border to get here for some reason, right? You got all that going on. My problem is that they so worried about the people at the border and border security. They're not dealing with the problem that makes them want to come here, because they don't want to. I'm realizing as I look at the situation that dealing with the drugs and the cartels and all this other shit is not high on the list, because contrary to popular belief, we need the cartels. Whoa, 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 shooter, what are you talking about? We need the cartels? Yes. Think about this. The cartels supply drugs, right? That's what they do. That's their function, right? Now, because that happens, we are hiring all these people for Border Patrol. We are hiring all these people for DEA. All these people. Think about the jobs that would be lost if they said, you know what? We're going to just knock off the cartels. You could do that. But what would you do about the vacuum? First of all, the vacuum of power and corruption. That's a whole nother story. But I'm talking about, what would you do about the fact that, okay, boom, there's no more drugs. Well, not no more, but the great reduction in drugs is coming in. Great reduction in you know, the crime or whatever that's happening between the borders across the border. They don't want to deal with that because they know that it would cost them too much money. We would lose more money by getting rid of the cartels than we would by just building a wall or whatever the hell they come up with next to piss people off. But I've been thinking, man, and I know what you're thinking. Oh Lord, shooter's thinking again. You know what happened last time. I know, and I do it sparingly. But I mean, I'm just thinking about the fruit. The fruit, everybody's so mad at the fruit that nobody's paying attention to the root of the problem. You see what I'm saying? Now, how is it that we have all this money to fly over there, now we're about to go to war with Iran or China or Russia or whoever the asshole of the week is, but we can't even go next door and knock off these cartels that are supposedly ruining the economy of the countries that they're in, so people end up wanting to come here? That's my question. I don't have a solution. I have questions. You know, that's my question. How does that even add up? You know, it's like you want $5 billion. It'll be cheaper to just knock off the cartels. I mean, what the fuck they gonna do? It ain't like they can come and knock off our military. It ain't like they can, you know, mess with our government. Their government can't even see our government as far as money or war. But there's a reason why we don't want to knock off the cartels. You know, our pharmaceutical industry runs off cartel products. You know, that's another thing. The opiates, the poppy fields, all these places, you know. Where do you think we're getting all this heroin and stuff from? Morphine and all these other drugs that are just super uber powerful. And, you know, it's coming from somewhere. It's coming from Asia. You know, it's coming from Mexico and Nicaragua and all these other places that their major export is narcotics. You think we ain't buying it on the low? You think we ain't going over there to Afghanistan and knocking off their poppy fields for the fucking opiates? I don't know. I just don't know anymore, man. It's just that all this political shit is getting out of hand. And everybody's fighting and everybody's mad at each other, you know, and it's like, but we're not solving any problems, you know? What is that? K-Money, what up? You know? We're not solving any problems by doing that. And nobody seems to notice. And now the whole country's in an uproar about the border and what Trump's doing and what the people who don't like Trump are saying or doing, and the Congress and all this other shit. And nobody's wanting to solve the problem. And it's kind of weird to me. It's kind of weird to me. I just don't understand it. I think that if we focused on what the problem of those countries were, it'll actually be cheaper for us to solve those problems than it would be to just try to put a shield up and act like they don't exist. You know, because if I'm living in a mansion and my next door neighbor is living in a trailer and I want to, you know, not get robbed or not get, you know, I don't want my kids to be on their drugs, then I'm gonna find it's better for me to find out why he ain't on than to just build a wall or try to keep my kids away from him. You know what I'm saying? Is it any of my business? Maybe not, but then I drive all the way across town and kick in somebody's door because of some other reason. You know, it's that kind of shit. It's like, why not just see what the problem is? If you say that these people are drug dealers, these people are this, that, and the third, and I don't necessarily agree, because I believe that illegal immigrants are not the worst people in the United States. To keep it real, they spend their whole life dodging the police. You know? I hate how the conservatives and the liberals are dividing this nation. All they're doing is fighting and making us fight each other and not figuring out solutions. And that's what I'm saying. It's like nobody's worried about solving the problem. It's like, oh, we'll build a wall, out of sight, out of mind. Build a fence, make sure they can't come here. But dog, a lot of our products come from Mexico. Cars and all kinds of shit. To be honest with you, Brown, I'm actually planning on moving to a different country. Hey, you know what? That sentiment has been echoed a lot. I've heard that a lot. People are like, you know what? This is going to shit really fast. And I'm tired of it. But at the same time though, like, you better pick a good one. You better pick a good one. Because, if you was on my IG Live, you know what's about to happen right here. Oh, snap. I told you. I fucking told you. I told you. He about to make his ass move. I told you. Crank that shit up. I told you. Petro ain't playing no games. That is not a parking space. He's about to hit the building. Yep. Look at him. Got him. If you was on my IG Live, you watched this guy park right there. And I told you the feds was going to come and make a move. Well, you know. But yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. He's about to move right now. But this is what I'm talking about. You know, Cody, you ain't shit. You know, he said, sadly though, that's what the government wants. If we're divided, we're easier for them to control. We are falling right into their trap. It's happened to almost every civilization in history. Exactly. Exactly. I tell people all the time, I said, I'm talking to a white dude. I said, according to the news and the mainstream media, I'm supposed to hate you and you're supposed to hate me back. And I tell him, I said, why do they want that? Because they know that as long as we're down here bickering and arguing and fighting and shit, we're not looking at the fact that they're fucking us all over. Yeah. Yeah. You know? Everything's backwards now. You know what I'm saying? These lawyers help get you locked up. The doctors don't cure anything anymore. And the food kills you. That kind of shit. You know? They're keeping us distracted. Exactly. Bread and circus. Okay? Bread and circus. This is an old school trick. It's an old school trick that's been going on for years. Bread and circus, bro. They keep us distracted so we not paying attention. We not woke. Excuse me. We're asleep at the wheel. Let me see if I can bring this up some. There we go. We're asleep at the wheel. You know? Well, the people are scared because we have the right to overthrow our government. Man, the thing about it is, here's how that whole overthrow the government shit never ever is not gonna work for us. Okay? It sounds good, but the problem is that we can't overthrow the government. We can't, because we have become a war society. We don't have the technology to overthrow our own government. If there was a turn on us, we're fucked. There's no way around it. You can say they can get my rifle from my cold dead hands. They will. That's the crazy shit. You know? That's the crazy shit. And the people who are left will be like the slaves was. Back in the day, the slave masters, they had their Christianity and all their bullshit. And a lot of the slaves most likely was like, I'm holding on to my culture. I'm holding on to this, that, and the third. Or they have to kill me. They killed them. And the ones that are left are the ones who are willing to comply. You know? And that's just what it is. We could fight. We could take up arms, but ain't shit. We'll find out why the people over there in the Middle Eastern countries are like, those drones are the Dickens. We'll find out about that, because it's all good as long as they're on our side. But I'm gonna tell you something, just as sure as shit stinks, you better get your shit together so you can just survive it. You see what I'm saying? And keep your ideals, play your cards close to the chest, because it's getting bad, y'all. It's getting bad. America is slowly turning into a dictatorship. Citizens really don't have any say or control over anything here. You know? I believe I'll move to India. Hey, India is not too much better. India is trying to be the new China. I'm gonna let that marinate. Look at India, how they look at cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. They're taking people's complete bank accounts if they see the word Bitcoin in your ledger or anything. I'm telling you, that it's turning into China. But the thing about it is it's crazy, man. This shit is going downhill fast, bro. It's going downhill fast and nobody's paying any attention. And the ones that are paying attention, like us, like me, feel powerless. What are we supposed to do? You know? What are we supposed to do? They're reading right out of Hitler's playbook. Of course, they're going to disarm us. And then you can best believe we're going to the gas chamber, bro. I'm telling you, watch. Watch. Or they're going to come up with some false flag to say, oh, the shit's coming to an end. Exactly, Trucker Slim. You got to stay woke. Okay? These people out here sleep. They are sheep. you know? And they going for it, hook, line, and sinker. The mainstream media has got us divided like ass cheeks, right down the middle. And it's a horrible thing, man. It's a horrible thing. And here's the crazy part about it. The crazy part about it is that all these things that we say are the worst that can happen, we're going to vote for it. The worst thing that can happen is they take our weapons away, and you can best believe the way left is going to vote for it. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent thinker. And I'm independent enough to know that the extremes of both sides of this argument is all fucked up. You know, we don't need a wall between here and Mexico. We need a wall around DC. Because regular people, if they got back to the community thought processes, but with all this technology, we done thought ourselves and put together, machined ourselves out of work. What happens when the middle class vanishes? Who's gonna buy all the shit? You know, there's nothing to buy. And if it is stuff to buy, can't nobody afford it. You done took away all the jobs. You got Amazon. They making billions of dollars. Don't nobody work there. So where's all that money going? Straight to the top. You know? Straight to the top. That means that the economic divide is becoming a chasm. It's becoming a Grand Canyon. The middle class is over. We're about to be extinct. It's going to be the super rich and the super poor. That's it. There's nobody in the middle anymore. All the people who made shit is out of work. We don't make shit here no more. We done shipped off all our jobs. We done sold the American dream for convenience. The middle class is over. It's over. You know? It's a thing of the past. We're going to be living in cubes like they do in Japan. It's too many motherfuckers. It's just going to be people on people on people. We don't make anything anymore. Automation is going to kill all our industries. You can't even be a cook no more. They got little robot hands to make your soup. You know? Now you just go on your phone. You know? What up? What up, Brooklyn? Yeah. Now you just go on your phone, type in the juju shit, and the robot hands come down. You seen the shit? I ain't making this shit up. The robot hands come down, and it just starts cooking and shit. Fuck me up. I was like, what the hell is that? Somebody's job by the tens of thousands. Now I can't even, now I'm gonna go to the Waffle House one day and my cook is gonna be gone. Or not have any felonies. They're like, shooter, what the hell are you talking about felonies? Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody who go to the Waffle House know that if you go to the Waffle House and your cook has a clean record or is not outside smoking a Newport in between orders, your food ain't gonna be good. I want a stressed out Waffle House cook. I'm sorry. I want grease and shit, you know? Now everything is just what? They done automated us out of jobs. It's happening. This is not, your job is not safe. They got robots that can hang drywall. Okay? After a while, there ain't gonna be no illegal immigrants because the illegal immigrants are gonna be walking around protesting automation. That's the crazy shit. That's the crazy shit. You know? You're gonna have people holding signs across the border for nothing. You sons of bitches. You know? They're working on robots to do surgeries. Yes, they're not playing. They are not playing. They don't want your dirty, broke-ass hands touching them no more. They don't want your dirty, broke hands touching their food anymore. They don't want your dirty, broke hands doing anything for them anymore. All our jobs are leaving. You can sit there and act like your industry is immune, and the fuck ain't. It ain't. All our jobs are leaving. You better get the trucking while you can. Because after a while, you're going to walk up to a truck stop and ain't going to be no people. It's just going to be trucks and Tesla charging ports and robots to plug them in. It ain't going to be a motherfucker to plug them. I'm telling you, man. Look at what's going on with Amazon and the rest of these factories. Not even factories, these warehouses where they do shipping and receiving. Don't nobody work there no more. Ain't nobody working there. Whole big old massive 100,000 square foot fucking warehouses. How many people work there? 30. Think about what's happening to us. That's a step deck box trailer. I just seen it all. Sorry I didn't catch it on the video. It just fucked me up that bad. But yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. But ain't nobody paying attention. They not woke. They be sitting here thinking, oh, shooter, you a conspiracy theorist. You're crazy. No, bitch, I'm not blind. I can see what's happening to our fucking country. When you think about it, Wall-E could have been a warning. Robots do everything, and everyone gets fat and helpless, so they can't do anything about it. Of course. Terminator coming to reality. Our robot coming true. Exactly. You see what Boston Dynamics is doing. Okay? It's all fun and games. Oh, look at the robot jump over these boxes. Yeah. It's all good until that robot has an AR-15 attached as an arm and they can jump over your front lawn fence. You know? That kind of shit. But you got to stay woke. Our money is turning into dust. You know? What is happening? Nobody sees it? Nobody's talking shit? Oh, everybody's worried about what's going on the gram. Ooh, she got a fat ass. That kind of shit. Oh, who's going to be in the Super Bowl? That kind of shit. Meanwhile, they in DC cooking up ways to take your jobs, your money, and your freedom and making sure that you're going to vote for them to do it. You know? You remind me of the religious people. How do I remind you of the religious people? Maybe you're not talking to me, because if anybody knows me, they all know. I saw a video of a robot opening a door, holding it open for another robot, and going in the building. They have coordination now. Yeah. You know? How do I remind you of... I'm still thinking about that comment. Please explain that to me. How do I remind you of the religious people? Because that's the furthest thing from the truth I've ever heard in my life. And I've heard some fucked up shit. You know? But that's what I'm saying, man. I am worried. I am terrified of what kind of world my grandson or my granddaughter is going to grow up in when it doesn't matter that you have a degree. It doesn't matter that you can have a trade. Robots are taking the trades. That's when you know it's fucked up. When the trades are gone, what do? You know? Because they say some bullshit about the end times. Oh, okay. I'm Christian, and I'll say most Christians don't think like I do. So no, he's not like a religious group. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm not talking about the end times. I'm talking about it's already over and nobody gives a fuck. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. It's already over. They're showing you in your face the beginning of the end. But Shooter Brown, what can we do about it? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm about to go to the Amish, see if I can learn how to build a house and live off the grid. Because I don't know what to do now. We're waiting. It's like we're waiting to be euthanized. That's what we're waiting on. When people can't work, not because they're not able, but because there's nowhere to work. What do we do then? When you can't feed your family, what do you do? That's the question. I don't have answers. I got questions. You know? When you go to pull your truck into a fucking a mechanic shop, and you go to a kiosk and they lift your truck up and some robot tentacles or hands come from the bottom and start jujuing your truck. They done changed your oil and everything. You ain't seen another motherfucker in 25 days. You know? It's that kind of shit. What do you do? People are not talking to other people. Hell, the only reason most of y'all are looking at me right now is because I'm on this stupid screen. But most people don't even talk to people in real life. And then the ones who do it, overdo it. Fucking conversation terrorists. Hold you hostage at conversation point. You know, won't let you leave and shit. But that kind of shit, you know? What do you do when you go into... Look at McDonald's. I mean, when the robots take the bullshit jobs, like, damn. Stick to the high-end shit. Everybody else got to clock in. Motherfucker. I don't know, man. Maybe am I tripping, y'all? Keep it real with me. Am I tripping? Am I worrying too much? What, you know, talk to me. Hopefully this stuff happens hundreds of years from now. I'm trying to move to Maine to get away from these crazy city fools, especially in the South. Well, I don't know. I don't really see the difference between Maine and the South because, to keep it real, rural areas have their own way of thinking no matter what part of the country they're in. Soon I'll have to ask to eat by the government. Yeah. You know? I just don't know, man. You know, people be like, Brown, you thinking about some crazy shit, man. Why don't you just make your money and go home and da-da-da-da? Because somebody needs to be thinking about this shit. You know? Somebody needs to look this stuff up and tell me I'm wrong. I am worried about our livelihood as a nation. Because if we cannot produce anything, that means we can't make money. If we can't make money, we can't protect ourselves. I don't personally think it's necessarily the end. I think there's a way out. Well, I think there's a way out, but if we don't figure it out and do something, that will happen. Chris, what up? What up? Well, if you get EBT, you are already asking them. You're already asking them. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. That's going away. The government shut down. There are certain whole states and cities that EBT didn't go through. Now, I'm going to tell you something, though, what you don't want. People always talk shit about these government programs. Okay? But poor people outnumber rich people 10,000 to 1. You do not want an angry mob of hungry-ass parents who cannot feed their children. Regardless of what you may think about the type of person it might be, you would do the same thing in their position. If you can't feed your baby and you poor and whatever, maybe it's not your fault, maybe it is. But the point is that your baby's hungry and you're going to feed them one way or the other. And that Alexa, smart TV, cell phones, webcams, OnStar, streetlight cameras, excuse me, monitor everything we do. The list goes on and on. Yeah. What do you think of this shutdown? Man, I think it's a tactic. I think it's a tactic. We are dependents of this nation's government. Regardless of how people may feel, oh no, I'm this, I'm that. No. Let this shit shut down. We are being fed, spoon-fed by Walmart. We are being spoon-fed by our grocery stores. How many of you have a garden? How many of you can produce your own food? Hell, how many of you know how to hunt? This government shutdown is what they call a soft starvation. I'm gonna let that marinate. You ever heard of the fucking potato famine? Out in, what was it, Ireland? Scotland? Somewhere out there? You know, for several years I've worked around different jobs to learn as much as I can so I know as much as possible. Of course, now I want to hop on a truck. Hey, some states accept other states' permits to carry. Can you carry a concealed permit across states? Like across state lines, I guess is what you're saying. Well, it depends. You can, okay, there are certain states that when it comes to concealed carrying, like if I live in Vegas. If I get a Nevada CCW, it's good in several different states and not others. So if I strategically get CCWs in different states, then technically I'll be able to carry anywhere I go. But I think you have to be a resident in the state that you're trying to get a CCW in and all the shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Constitution has covered this already, and these states are infringing upon our rights. I feel like the Constitution is federal, at a federal level, okay, and you should be able to carry all over the fucking country. You see what I'm saying? But you know, I believe if you're in a truck, you can, because it's considered a home away from home. That's true, I think, if it's your truck. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert on concealed carrying in big rigs. I just know that I know what I need to protect myself. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I've been a veteran for a long time. I'm gonna leave it at that. But this is what I'm talking about. You know, the only thing stopping you is if your company says you can't. That's the only thing that should stop you. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't believe that anybody should be able to tell me that I don't have the right to protect myself. You're literally riding around with hundreds of thousands of dollars of goods. Whether, I don't give a shit if you're a reefer driver and all you hauling is butter. That's $80,000 worth of butter. And I guarantee you, if somebody ran out of butter for toast and it became a hot ticket, and yeah, who you think is going to be the target when there's no food? Who do you think is going to be the target when food becomes so expensive that you can't get it anymore? Or people's food stamps is whatever, gone. You know? He said that, but that policy won't matter if you're in a situation where someone was trying to hurt you, and that policy can't physically protect you. That's all I'm saying. I ain't waiting for the police. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you try me, I'm gonna burn your ass. If I had a weapon. But I'm not gonna pull my weapon out to protect this load. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it because this shit is insured. You see what I'm saying? If I had a weapon, I wouldn't use it to protect this load. I just wouldn't do it because that's not what it's for. If I had a weapon, my weapon is to protect my life. You know? That kind of shit. Everything behind my cab is insured. You can get some more whatever is in there. You can't get another me. My wife can't get another me. You know what I mean? My kids can't get another me. You can't say, okay, Geico, you know, we need to, this one got totaled out. We're going to need another shooter. You know what I'm saying? You know? But that's what I'm saying. Who do you think the targets are going to be when things hit the fan? You don't think people know that Tyson has all the chicken? You don't think people know that Tyson got all the steaks and the pork bellies and all the meats? You don't think people know in these areas when shit starts to go downhill? Hell, these places look like a prison anyway. I've seen food distribution centers that are more secure than your kid's school. They know what's up. If something was to hit the fan, it's the truckers that's going to be the targets. You think people don't know that we hauling food to Walmart? You think people don't know that we got chips and cereal by the fucking pallet on these trucks? Who do you think is going to be shot at first? Who do you think is going to be the main ones getting knocked off when things hit the fan? When there's literally a truckload of Hamburger Helper and hamburger or whatever at the truck stop. You know? I'm telling you, all the grocery stores and Walmarts will be ransacked, and they will be traps. There will be traps for the reefers. You know? The target is whoever threatens my life, whether it's a person or a government, foreign and domestic, till the day I die. Robert, I don't disagree, but I mean, I agree with that. But the point I'm trying to make is that it shouldn't even be that deep. Like, it should, you know what I mean? Like, I took the same oath, and it never has an expiration date. But the problem is that it's not a one thing that can be a target when it comes to who's taking your rights. When we vote for the shit, it's us. It's our lack of education. It's our lack of gumption and wanting to do. We have become domesticated, bro. We have become dependents. Oh, we have become pets. We are domesticated. We are cuddly fucking cats. Okay, that's what we are. We don't hunt. We don't go out and get shit naturally anymore. We don't even keep enough food. We've become so dependent and so comfortable with being spoon-fed that we don't even keep enough food to last if the stores themselves was to shut down. That's how comfortable we've gotten. The whole thought process of things going horribly wrong has been sucked out of our brain and replaced with ads. This is what I'm saying. It's us. We are the problem. Our society, the way we've been programmed to think. I heard they're taking cursive writing out of schools because they don't want anyone to be able to read the Constitution. Just hearsay, though. They've been stopped teaching cursive. That ain't hearsay. That is a fact. They don't teach that. I got kids. They don't teach that. At the very least, keep a large pocket knife or a baseball bat in the truck if you have no carry concealed weapon. Yo, I'm switching the reefer from flatbed at Prime. They trying to rob me from turning in my equipment, and they taxing me like crazy, bro. Take the hit. When you're done, you're done. That's what happened to me. They taxed me too. They told me that, oh, you're losing money. I don't care, fuck. I don't care. I'm not typing nothing else. So charge me what you want. I'm not giving it back. I'm selling it. I don't care. Charge me for it. I'll pay you for it, and I'll keep running, and I'll get on with my life. But that's not the subject. Listen to what I'm telling you. Look around us. Look at your own pantry. Our grandfathers and great-grandmothers would be ashamed of our lack of preparedness. We've become domesticated, soft-ass people, man. Men and women alike. I don't care what your race, creed, or color or sexual orientation is. I don't care about none of that. We're all equally fucked because we don't have a thinking man's brain to understand a pattern when you see one. This is what I'm saying. There is no omnipotent enemy for us to take up arms against. The enemy is the ideal that we've been programmed to regurgitate upon request. This is what the problem is. The problem is what we're being taught. You can't shoot an idea. Why do you think we will never win the war in the Middle East? Because you cannot kill an idea. You end up making more people who, man, you see what I'm saying? My dad and mom taught me to fish, grow my own food, and soon I'm gonna start hunting. We have to teach our children the same. Shit, I'm from Georgia, got guns, and got tons of homemade jarred food, I'm good for a while. But how long is a while? And yes, you're right. These are two different people's comments, by the way. Robert was talking about my dad. I mean, you guys can read the comments. And Jason Sanez, or I'm sorry about if I'm fucking up your name, but he says about he's from Georgia. But the point I'm trying to make is that people who can do that, people who are agriculturally inclined, are frowned upon. They're laughed at. Think about the people who live in cities, how they look at the people who live in the country, right? Look at how they look at the people who run country. Oh, you backwoods hillbilly, dabba 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 dabba. It's become a thing to not want to be that. And it's that thinking process that is the most dangerous thing. Because how are you gonna tell a squirrel not to gather food? You feed it. You just keep feeding it, and you keep feeding it. And it'll come to the realization that I don't need to prepare. Why do you think dogs and cats really can't survive in the wild? Because they don't hunt. True, I told someone I want to get land and grow all my own stuff, and they laughed and said that's old-fashioned and unnecessary. That kind of thinking is the problem. You can't put a bullet in a thought. When everything hits the fan, guess who's going to be in power? The fucking Amish. They're going to be the ones with the food, the farms, able to build houses, the carpenters, all these things. Everyone else has become dependent on artificial intelligence and machinery. We have to wake up from this hand-to-mouth system. The system, the regime of the thought is the dangerous thing. When your brain waves, when everybody's brain waves gets on the same wave, you have clones, you have drones, you have happy-go-lucky slaves. Think about this, you gotta stay woke. You know? But I could sit here and talk until I turn into Papa Smurf, and somebody will be like, ooh, I should get that on Instagram. Rather than listening to what I'm saying. Our thought processes is all backwards. We've become dependents. We are not self-sufficient as our grandmothers and grandfathers were. We don't know shit. Now, I'm not talking about the individual. You may make a comment. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. How many youngsters have you taught? How many youngsters have they taught? Because it don't make no sense to have a farm and you're the only one. We don't know how to then, and then we allow them to genetically modify plants and crops to only respond to their technology. Brown, what are you talking about? Monsanto and their corn that doesn't produce seeds, or their crops that don't reproduce on their own. The fact that they can sue you for their type of corn. How you own corn, bitch? You can't own lettuce. You can't own tomatoes. You see what I'm saying? But we vote for it and we allow it. We don't have a government. We have corporate puppetry. That's what we have. That's what we have. We haven't had a government in a long time. Food Inc. You better, I'm telling you. You better look at that documentary called Food Inc. Our government is not for the people. It's just a good slogan. Our government is for the corporations who pay them to say what they want them to say. Think about this. If someone paid me to say, hey, drive only Freightliners and drive, but I really don't, if I really like Peterbilt, but I'm gonna tell you to only but Peterbilt makes a better truck. But I'm going to tell you to only buy Freightliners because somebody telling me that whose opinion are you really hearing? You're hearing the people from Freightliner's opinion coming through my puppeteered bought face. This is what we get when we turn on the news. We get the corporations possessing. It's like they're, yeah, that's what it is. It's possession. Like demonic possession. Don't go there. I'm not saying people are fucking possessed for real. I'm saying the concept of someone else's words coming out of a politician's mouth. I believe lobbying should be outlawed. I believe that if it is not outlawed, then politicians should have to wear their sponsors on their shirt like NASCAR drivers. They will really know who you speak for, because you're not fucking speaking for us, because the American people don't believe half the shit that's coming out of the district. That's a fact. That is a fact. How can I turn on the TV and go to one channel and hear that everything's all good? I go to the other channel and they're talking about the same thing, but everything's all bad. You got to stay woke. They are telling us bullshit, and it's fucking being, oh, I only listen to Fox News because that's the channel that you resonate with. Oh, I only watch MSNBC because that's the channel that you resonate with, that you can relate to. You believe in that, so you watch what you agree with. Take a step back and watch all the shit and realize it's bullshit from 3 different angles. And realize that somebody's up there playing both sides against the middle to keep us going like this and not looking straight at them, because they're taking everything away from us. You understand? They're taking everything away from us. And they're making it seem like it's a good idea. This is what I'm saying. Open your eyes, people. Share this video. Notice what's happening. My name is Shooter Brown. Subscribe to my channel, man. I don't give you no bullshit. I say some shit that might sound funny, but I'm telling you, man. Time to pack up and relocate. It's happening all over the world. That's the thing. This same dynamic has been repeated. Why do you think all the countries are going broke at the same time? Because this is what the world has done. There's no individualism when it comes to countries anymore. They're all carbon copies of the same model. Because the ones who were not willing to become carbon copies have become enemies of the state. They have become enemies of the regime. Anybody who wasn't trying to trade in the American dollar, anybody who wasn't trying to trade in the Chinese whatever a certain country goes to war with over another country, bro. It ain't this big terrorism thing that everybody's talking. It's not that. It's the money. Okay? I hate to be the one to break it to you, but you're a veteran. Yeah. Ask a veteran who was over there. Ask them. Who'd you see? Contractors. Then you follow the money back to where the contracts come from. Who's paying for the contracts and who voted on which contract to get. Then you find out where that money came from. And then you realize the same motherfuckers who own the contracting agencies are the same people who are voting on the... It's all about the money. Nobody gives a fuck if people actually are suffering. Come on, bro. You can't be that naive. Nobody cares for real. People have been knocking people off in Africa for eons. Nobody cares because there's no money over there to get. They go where the money's at. Nobody cares about people for real. Nobody cares that there are kids suffering in Mexico at the border. Nobody gives a fuck. Only reason they care is because they know that it's close to home to people who can vote to fucking... They can use it as a fear tactic. Come on, bro. You have a 99% better chance of getting shot by an American than anybody coming across the border. Know that. You think I'm lying? I live in Vegas. It wasn't an illegal immigrant who started shooting people from that hotel room. Come on, bro. You got to wake up. You got to wake up. They're probably going to shoot me for this. You got to wake up, bro. We are living in a corporation. Period. This has not been a country for a very long time. They just tell you that. Sit for the flag, stand for the flag, da 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 da. It's all fucking shit to keep us divided. Why the fuck would the president give a fuck about who's kneeling for the flag on a football field? Who gives a fuck? And everybody's so mad that motherfuckers is kneeling, they're not even understanding that to be a real patriot, you have to respect their rights to do so. You don't have to agree with it, but forced patriotism is communism. Ask China. You better not say nothing against the fucking People's Republic of China. You better not. Not if you're Chinese. You better not fucking not stand up and salute Kim Jong-un in North Korea. Not if you're North Korean. You better wake up and fucking smell the roses. Something's wrong with my live? What, you can't see me? You can't hear me? What's going on? Am I breaking up? Because it's clear on my side, so you got to tell me if something's going wrong. You know what's wrong with my live. If something is going on, cause I got Verizon. I got full bars. I'm at the Joplin 44. I'm doing great with the signal. But this is what I'm saying. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Okay? These things are not happening by accident. Okay? These things are not happening by accident, bro. You know? Exactly. I get to clowning around and start telling jokes and tap dancing and shit. I have 85 people in here. You know? But when I get to speaking about the real tinfoil hat shit, my live gets blocked. My signal starts fading away. You see what I'm saying? You got to fucking stay woke. I don't care if there's 2 people in here. Those people need to hear what I have to say. And this video will be on YouTube as long as they don't shut my shit down. But I'm just telling you, bro. Notice what's happening. Take a step back. Get out of your Fox News. Get out of your MSNBC. Get out of your CNN mind states. And take a step back and ask, what the fuck is happening? And at that moment, you woke. Once you start to question what's happening, it wasn't a problem until people started realizing that Soylent Green is people. Maybe y'all too young for that one. They shut down LaShawn because he was saying stuff about Trump. Feds taking down your feed. The government doesn't want you to know that stuff. Yo, that's so weird because it didn't get the notification for the feed. Exactly. Share it. Start sharing it to people. I'll be here. Just click share and share it on your Facebook right now. Hit the like button. If you like what I'm saying and you understand what I'm getting at, this is what I'm saying. You know? There's something happening and people act like they don't see it. And the people who do see it, like me, with the hair, with the fucking hair, I'm nuts. I'm batshit crazy, but I'm not. I'm woke and I'm looking at what's happening. I'm sitting here twisting my hair, trying to figure out why nobody sees it but me. Nobody sees it but us. This kind of shit. And some people were saying, oh, Brown, you need a haircut. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're so worried about my fucking hair follicles. Programming is fucking with you. It doesn't matter that I need a haircut when they're taking your money. When they're taking your freedoms. When they're convincing you to vote away your rights. Because you scared. I was on some Facebook post, and or was it no, it was on Instagram, and somebody said, why you don't get it? When there's no more guns, nobody gets shot. What kind of stupid fuckboy shit is that? They outlawed dope. They outlawed drugs. People still getting high, motherfucker. What you mean? The laws do not stop criminals. The laws stop the law-abiding citizens. That's who they for. The criminals don't give a fuck. Come on. But they'll scare you into saying it shouldn't be no more guns. And you click yes on take guns away. And now who has the guns? The criminals and the Nazis. You see what I'm saying? The amendment only stands if the people stand for it. But my granddaddy told me something a long time ago. He said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And they'll still do it because they're scared. This fear-mongering thing is a real thing. It's a real thing. But they're scaring you into a scarier situation. You know? This is what I'm saying. They are scaring you into being in a situation that's scarier than the one you're already in. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to wait. Problem, reaction, solution. They're going to introduce a problem. Gun crime, mass shootings, school shootings, da-da-da-da. The common denominator, guns. The reaction is, oh snap, this is horrible. The solution is you vote to take your guns away. Fucking yourself. Because now, not only are the people who you don't want to be armed, but you're not. And the people who are armed, that you want to be armed, take time to get to you. So now you're at the mercy of a criminal person. The difference between now and before is that in the past, people were willing to die for what they believe in, and now people are soft. People are becoming domesticated. They've become, the survival instinct of humanity has been taken away because we've been spoon-fed. It's taken away our killer instinct. It's taken away our hunting instincts. It's taken away our protective instincts. Oh, if something goes wrong, I'm gonna call the police. Bitch, you come to my fucking house, I'm gonna call Mossberg. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be me and the boys. Shooter Brown, who are the boys? Me, Smith, and Wesson. Okay? I'm not waiting for no fucking body at my house. I'm not finna call, somebody's in my house, Roger. Okay? See how this buckshot hold you down, you know? When I get the, but you're not home, da-da-da-da-da, I tell you what. You come to my house and that dreadhead bitch come around that corner with that AR-15, you gonna rethink your life choices. Know it. You better fucking train your wives. You better fucking train your children. You better fucking train your dog. Okay? I don't give a shit. I want to attack fish. I don't care. Look, you better train everything that's in your house to protect yourself. It is a real thing. There are people out here who will come in there and ass fuck your kids and take everything you own and kill your wife. That's what I'm scared of. I'm not scared of the rest of the shit. I'm scared of being unarmed. I don't worry about another armed motherfucker because I'm armed too. The only person that can stop somebody who is armed is somebody who is also armed. And if we don't eat some cheese and get our shit together, everything that you've worked hard for will be at the mercy of someone holding a firearm that you voted that nobody should have. And you were being a good citizen and gave yours up. But the motherfucker who didn't care about none of that kicked in your door at 12:30 and woke you up out of your sleep, and you're standing there with a bat. And he has a fucking shotgun. There goes your life. There goes your wife's life. There goes your kids' lives. And they're going to tie you up and make you watch them do horrific things to your family because you chose to give up your weaponry. That kind of shit. You better fucking have horrible, horrible worst case scenario visions like I do about what could possibly go wrong in your life, and then realize that the only thing that's between you and someone who wants to hurt or kill or worse to your family is a 12 gauge. Yeah. Or a 45, 9 mil, slingshot, something. You know? Don't fall in, I don't care. Don't fall into the cute cuddly dog scenario. Oh, I got a teacup Yorkie. That teacup Yorkie is gonna watch your fucking face get bashed in and talk shit. Me, I got a fucking 70-pound pit bull in my shit that'll eat your face. You better fucking wake the fuck up. Okay? You better understand there are people in this world who do not care about the fact that you don't want nobody to touch your kids. There are people in this world who will break into your house and fill in the blank with the most horrific thing you can think of, and that's what I think about when I'm at the gun store. Know it. Do not let these people talk you into believing that somebody's gonna fall out of the magical juju sky and protect you and your kids at the right time. They're gonna come there and they're gonna block off your house with yellow tape and make a report. You better fucking wake up. You better understand what's happening in the dire situation that your civilized neighbor can get real uncivilized when Walmart shuts the fuck down. And they know that you've been growing shit. Stop telling people your business. Oh, I'm prepping. Oh, word? Oh, all right. Let shit hit the fan and ain't nobody got no water. Oh, well, Johnson's a prepper. Let's go over there and pretend to be friends until he opens that goddamn door. You better keep your shit to yourself and silently get your shit together, okay? You better have outposts of where you can go, inconspicuous storage rooms. You better start looking into contingency plans and bug out vehicles and bug out bags and water purifier straws and non-perishable goods and things that you can store for years at a time. Because when shit hits the fan and you're not ready, you, your wife, and your kids, and your dog, and your cute little teacup Yorkie are gonna die. Or you'll be part of an angry mob. And you're gonna run up across the wrong house. And then you're gonna die. Because everybody, I'm telling you. There was a border patrol that was Mexican here in Yuma and found his uncle trying to cross in and he had to deport them back. Imagine deporting your own people. I couldn't do that. Yeah, you better than me. I'd be like, Uncle, you better hold it down in the backyard. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's a horrible situation to be in. I ain't giving up my guns, try to get in my house, and me and Saiga gonna be waiting. Yeah. That kind of shit. You better be very afraid. Okay? You got to be willing to die for what you believe in, or what's the point? That's what I think. That's fact. That's a fact. You know? But this live feed is about getting people to understand the seriousness of the situation that is happening in our country that nobody's paying attention to. Food and goods are not becoming more expensive. The money is becoming worth less. You see what I'm saying? Thanks, Junior. This is what I'm saying. These things are not fiction. These things are not years away. These situations are not the things that people only talk about but never occur. They occur maybe not all at the same time, but when a mega storm hits, look what happened to Katrina. With Katrina, they went over there and it was looting and people breaking into people's houses because the civilized become uncivilized when civilization crumbles around them. Only thing that's keeping all this together is the spoon that keeps going, here you go, here's something to eat. Here you go, here's something to eat. Here you go, here's a couple dollars to buy something to eat. That's the only thing that's keeping regular people from turning into homicidal maniacs. Survival is a real thing, and the survival instinct is strong in people. Okay? Whilst people are sitting there worrying about what the next gadget is that's coming out, I'm sitting there trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to get a whole pallet of non-perishable goods delivered to my house in the middle of the night. You better stock up on everything you might need in a fucked up situation. And I'm not talking about just stuff. Vehicles, non-perishable food items, bullets, weaponry, interchangeable weaponry to the same type of ammo. Okay? Bug out locations, bug out bags, gear, gas masks filters, water filters, camelbacks, knee pads, knives, hatchets, fire starters. This is just regular shit that will keep you alive for a compass. Half these fucks don't even know how to read a map because they have some juju person inside a box on their dashboard that tells them everywhere to go. But when the thing goes down and you're looking at the woods and the stars, can you navigate? Do you know drinkable water from non-drinkable water? Do you know what plants to avoid? Do you know what animals cannot be eaten? Do you know what bugs are deadly? Do you know which snakes can be eaten, which ones can't? Do you know where not to be when the water comes? Like, these are things that should be taking up your time. But we're sitting there. Who's playing now? All snap, LSU. All snap, there go the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Meanwhile, the lights go the fuck out and you don't even have a goddamn candle. You don't have any batteries. Not many like Post Malone, but he spoke on how we need to be ready once they fall. Once they fail. Oh, we need to be ready when the credit cards fail. Because once they fail, checkmate. Yeah. There's this book, I think it's called 1 Second After. 1 minute after, 1 second after, some shit like that. I've been meaning to read it, but I haven't read it yet. But I heard it was a good read about the processes of what goes down at an economic financial collapse on a grand scale. Because I'm telling you, when there's a catastrophic, cataclysmic chain of events that happens, we as a society will break back down into barbarism and factionalism. You see what I'm saying? You got to stay woke. You think it's a funny phrase because it sounds funny, but you got to stay woke for real. You better start looking up these survival YouTubers. Fuck truckers, okay? I'm sorry to say that. A lot of us are truckers, but fuck trucking YouTube. Look at survival shit, okay? Order some books. I'm talking about hard copy fucking treeware paper books so you can stash them, because the internet ain't gonna work when you ain't got no signal. You ain't gonna be able to look up, ooh, what plant is that? Google ain't gonna be around to save your fucking ass. You better have a book. You better have something. You better be halfway ready. This is all I'm saying. You better be halfway ready. Most of us don't even have enough food in our house to last us the month, let alone if something goes down, last us the week, let alone if something goes down for 2 or 3 months. No power, no electricity, your food starts to go bad. What's your contingency? Do you have non-perishable items? You know? Do you have any Mountain House canisters laying around? You got any MREs? But they're expensive. They're not as expensive as dying. You better start waking the fuck up and looking around and realizing that your survival is more important than whether or not Shooter Brown gets a haircut. I'm telling you, man, there are certain things that you need to always have around you. Precious metals, gold, silver, brass, and lead. Okay? I'm telling you, you better learn how to make a silencer. You better learn how to, you better get your shit together. You better learn archery. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, in a situation where you need to stay quiet, letting off a fucking firearm is not a good deal. But a good old-fashioned bow and arrow or crossbow might actually keep you alive when you need to do some covert operations to get food. Or you need to hunt. You can get that arrow back. What do you do when there's no more bullets to be had? You better learn something now while there's plenty of things to go around. Get on Amazon, okay? Yeah, they're the regime, but you better use this regime to your advantage. You better start clicking on these websites and looking at survival gear and watching survival videos and taking notes. Order some books, Ranger Handbook. If you don't have a U.S. Army Ranger Handbook, you should get one. If you don't have a Land Navigation Handbook, you should get one. If you don't know how, if you can't get out of your truck and know how to start a fire or have something, I got a knife in here right now. Where's my knife at? Here it is. This knife has a fire starter that comes with it. Right? Only thing you do, if I can get it out of here before I stab myself in the fucking neck. Only thing you do, you take out this little flint right here. Okay? This little juju knife, you see that symbol? I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. You see that? It looks like a campfire. On the back of this knife is a little thing right there. It's like a little file. And you can take it and you take some cotton or some hair or something and you put it down and you just scrape this motherfucker over. I'm sitting on a whole lot of fuel. I probably shouldn't do this, but fuck it, right? Anyway, and you can make a fire. You see what I'm saying? These are not expensive, but they could save your life. It's cold out here. You out in the middle of the rigs in your truck, your shit breaks down, you gonna sit there and freeze in your truck? What are you gonna do? Can you keep yourself alive? That's the point. I'm not telling you to start a fire on the side of the fucking freeway, okay? Because when the feds get there, don't be like, well, Shooter Brown said to start a fire, okay? Don't be snitching. All I'm saying is, can you keep yourself alive? Okay? Can you keep yourself alive? And that's just the survival one, you know? That's not my get off me knife. You see what I'm saying? That's not the one I keep in my pocket. Little bullshit $14 knife. But it'll get my point across. You understand? You better have something. I know people who don't have nothing. You're just butt naked out here. Waiting to be a victim. I'm going to tell you something. I'll be anything but a fucking victim. I'd be a defendant. I'd be a felon. Okay? You might have to call me. I might have to send you a collect call from jail. But you're not going to have to fucking come see me at the hospital. I refuse to be a victim. I'm so scared of some fucking shit happening to me that I'm like over-prepared. But so, you ever heard of that fucking flatbed driver who got a ticket for overstrapping his load? No. You see what I'm saying? He said, I ain't gonna lie, I don't got nothing. Well, I mean, you go inside a truck stop every fucking day. If you're a trucker. I got this knife out of Love's. $14. Is it some high-speed military K-bar shit? No. But I tell you what, it's got a good little rib tickler on there. Okay? It's got a good little rib tickler on there. We can have a laugh together if you try me in the truck stop. Know it. You see what I'm saying? You better get something. People don't give a fuck about you. You think people give a fuck about you? They don't. Exactly. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Believe it. You know? I'm not out here playing. I got kids to feed. For real, for real. I'm going home. You out here just out here trucking along thinking everything's all good. Yeah, I'm trucking. Yeah. Truckers die every fucking day. You better fucking get it together. You better watch your back. You better take off your fucking headphones and look around while you're sitting there walking around looking at the idiot box in your hand. Meanwhile, somebody creeping up on your ass. You're not paying attention. You got your beats on. Or you're all high speed with your blue Parrot. Fucking sweating to the oldies and shit. Somebody's walking up behind you with a goddamn tire thumper, ready to fucking run your pockets. You better fucking start looking around and seeing what's happening. You better lock your doors when you get in your sleeper. This is not a nice place. This is the real world. People actually die. There are actual homicide divisions. You know? You got to stay vigilant at all times. You have to keep your head on a swivel. This is not something that is only knowledge privy to military personnel. Your common fucking sense should have you at a level of a higher alertness when you're somewhere by yourself. And if you're not at home, you're somewhere by yourself. It's a cold world. You better stay warm, like my man said. I'm telling you. You think it's a game? You think people care? You think I'm not walking around here with this gold chain on and oblivious to the fact that somebody might want it? You might get this chain, but it's going to be a funeral if you get this chain. Know it. But at the same time, though, you got to know when to not fight. Because I ain't dying for this shit. Somebody got to drop on me with a burner, bro. I don't, look, here, you want it? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that deep. But if I feel like I got the upper hand or I have an opportunity, you better be damn good at what you do, because my knuckle game is immaculate. You better be damn ready. It's not the violence that separates men. It's the distance they're willing to go. How dedicated are you to robbing me than I am at wanting to stay alive? That's the question. Because I'll fucking cut your heart out and drink your blood from a boot to go home to my wife. Know it. Material possessions ain't shit when you're dead. Exactly. You ever seen a U-Haul behind a hearse? That kind of shit. I've been at home for 84 fucking minutes. I'm about to go. But that's all I want to come up here and say, man. You got to fucking stay woke. Take a step back and look at what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I heard if you choose to be an organ donor on your license, if you ever admit it into the ER, they won't save your life. They will let you die. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds about like some greedy shit, you know? Speaking of greed, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna tell you what stifled our progress the most. Greed. Greed, greed, greed. If you one of them people who believe in the 7 deadly sins, the worst one to inflict upon humanity is greed. We will already have a space station that's worth something by now if it wasn't for greed. You know how much technology has been stifled because of corporate greed? Big oil, big anything, fill in the blank. Big oil, big pharmacy, big food. We would be so much further along if they would let technology happen. But no, you better not make a car that runs on water. It's gonna fuck up the oil business. Bam, you're dead. Or we'll buy the patent from you and never put it out. You know how much further we would be if they let us invent things that actually worked and that actually changed things and then actually put it out to the people? Oh, I'm so pissed off about that. This is a real thing. You know? We are still driving internal combustion engines because they will not let us put out things that will expand our knowledge and technology because of the greed. I am disgusted by it. Okay? It's a filth that rides upon the winds of our nation. And it stinks and it's everywhere. And it comes right from the top. Oh, pisses me off so bad. This greed has these people feeling like they can own corn. You can own lettuce. What are you talking about? If we would have worked together as a human race, we would have been on Pluto by now. We would have had peace. You're exactly right. Thank you. Think about that. We're so busy being these primitive primates. Ugh. That's why I watch Star Trek and shit. Haven't you noticed ain't nobody buy nothing on the Enterprise? They had replicators and shit. But think about that. That's the 24th century. You mean to tell me it's going to take us 300 more years to get it together? It's this kind of shit. That's why I'm not worried about no fucking alien invasion. They're not going to come down here and do anything for us except take us over because we're so divided we can't even defend ourselves. We're like fucking animals in the woods arguing over fruit. Literally. They don't like, look at this shit. Oh, they're at the age where da-da-da-da-da happens. They're pre-warp society. They're still arguing over resources like dumbasses. We need to take our fucking cue from the ants. I'm gonna let that marinate. We are not efficient as a fucking species. That's why we don't have no impounding threat of alien warfare. We're not ready for that level of war. We're not ready for them to come down and be like, okay, who's the leader of the world? Nobody. You see what I'm saying? We need to turn the tables before we lose our seat. Yeah. This is what I'm saying, man. For us to be so technologically advanced, our thought process as a people, as a collective on this flat, round, oblique, spheroid earth, whatever you want to call it, is still primitive. It's still petty. We arguing over who's black and who gives a fuck? We are killing this rock that we're on, whether it's flat, round, or whatever, and we can't leave here. That's what's happening. We're sucking the literal lifeblood out of the planet. I need to take my meds. But this is what I'm saying, okay? It's the greed. We would have so much more. We would be much more advanced. We just now realized of magnetic levitation. Like, come on. We are behind. We should be ashamed of ourselves as a species. We are no greater than the fucking monkeys in the woods. At least they fucking get along and can survive. Okay, there are monkey wars. I take that back. But this is what I'm saying. We're too busy arguing about our petty differences that we're overlooking the fact that collectively we'd be better off if we cooperated as a species. This is Shooter Brown. I'm signing off, man, because I've been on here for 90 minutes and 39 seconds and I've been ranting. Sorry. But somebody got to tell it. Somebody's got to speak it. Take this video, download this video, chop it up, send it in sections to people, whatever. Get the word out that you better be prepared. Shit's hitting the face.